Alright, we're going to go ahead and begin chapter 3. Chapter 3 is probably the hardest, most difficult chapter in the book. But whenever we're dealing with learning, it's important to know, for us to know and understand the process that we go through in order to get people to learn. And you and I learn from the moment we're born till the day we die. And it's a continual process throughout our lifespan. And there's been a lot of research done on it. Still a lot that we don't know. But this chapter will be difficult because there's a lot of theories, a lot of stuff that you may not be aware of. But I'm going to try just to hit the high points with the PowerPoint. And so we're going to see how far we can get right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to the second slide of the PowerPoint here. Talking about learning theories. These learning theories provide us with a definition of learning. And there's all kinds of theories that are out there. But what's common with all of them is that learning is a relatively permanent thing. Once we learn something, it usually sticks. Now obviously, you know, as we get along in life, we kind of forget things. Short-term memory kind of goes, but once we've learned how to do something, like ride a bike, it's really not that difficult for us to go back and try it again. Or roller skating, we may have to get our skill level up a little bit, but still in all, we can do it with just a little extra practice. Well, once we may seem to forget something, we can go back and review it, and it should come back to us. Also, learning is observable in a person's behavior. We ought to be able to see the person do the things that they've learned. You know, if we wanted to learn how to bake a cake, we would certainly need to know the directions, read the directions, get some advice from someone who knows how to do it, and to show us. Maybe our first attempt may not be that great, but as we keep doing it, and the skills level that we have increases, the confidence that we need to get the job done will increase. We should be able to see some improvement over time, and that is certainly observable in our behavior as we do this or anything else that we try to learn. And finally, it's a result of contacts with the environment. We need to be engaging our people in the learning process. Vocational education is probably one of the best examples of this, is because we usually put our students in similar situations that they're going to try and have to deal with on the job. You know, we have these, so in some cases, multi-million-dollar labs, shops that we spend a whole lot of time, a whole lot of effort, a whole lot of money setting up and training people, running them through this process in an environment that's going to be very, very similar to what they're going to see and what they're going to do whenever they go to work. And we just can't sit down in a room or an isolated place and just have somebody read a book, uh, watch a PowerPoint, and say that they've learned how to, let's say, drive a truck. They need to get out there, get their hands on a truck, and move it, because that's what they're going to need to do whenever they go to work. And that's just one of the wonderful things about how we do things in our profession, in vocational education, is that we strive to have as realistic an environment for them to be able to operate, to learn, and as we're going to see, that kind of environment will certainly help our students retain their level of learning. There are a number of learning theories out there. I'm on the third slide right here that deal with motivational theories. What does it take to get someone motivated to learn? There are a number of those out there, but it all boils down to the intrinsic desire for somebody to do something. What motivates them? Do they want to excel just because they are a self-starter, or some of your students motivated by the big money that they're going to make, that they know that they'll be able to work with as they begin their new careers? Everybody has a different motivation, and it's one thing for us to kind of know what motivates people and then tap into that to be able to get them started in their the learning process. There are a number of transfer of learning theories. These deal with, if you learn something, how do you transfer it to another situation? Let's say, getting back to my cake example, if I'm trying to bake say a chocolate cake or whatever, there are some skills that I need to know, like measuring, mixing, the equipment that I might use. Knowing how to do, let's say, the math for this process. Taking all of that, and let's say I want to maybe transfer some of that to a program that I might be in, like auto mechanics. Would there be any kind of transfer of learning there? Well, you deal with quarts, you deal with quantities there whenever you're baking a cake. You're dealing with quantities there in auto mechanics, quarts, gallons. There's a link there. And one of the things that was really I guess drilled into me in undergraduate and graduate school is just how connected learning and also many of our programs are to each other. And so what you learn in one situation, how do you transfer that to a whole different situation? And certainly we can identify those different skills, knowledge, things like that we can kind of focus on, so that students can make that transfer and make it seamlessly. Retention theories basically deal with how well do your people remember what they learn. The very simple adage is that if we want them to remember, they need to do it over and over and over again until that just becomes second nature to them. And then reinforcement theories. How do we reinforce what we've learned? If learning is a process, there are times where we need to reinforce information. And I guess one of the things that really comes to mind right now is the safety aspect of it. We just need to always say and do safety every moment that student is in the classroom, so that it becomes second nature to them. And also that same safety mentality goes on over to their home life. Because let's face it, accidents can happen at home and be preventable, as well as taking that attitude and of safety and just reinforcing it so that when they go to work, it's enhanced and they become a very safe worker, which is exactly what our employers would want. But there are ways for us, and these theories tell us, there are ways for us to be able to do that with our learners, and really drive home some very, very important information for them. So I think that's about as far as I'm going to be able to get on this particular lesson. And so I'm going to go ahead and shut this down right now and upload it and try to pick up on the fifth slide in the next little video.